I have a large collection of arcade games. I wonder how much money it would cost me to complete all of them if it was a real arcade. Only one way to find out. Chase HQ is a little dick of a game. It's an unfair challenging game that would give anyone road rage. Created by Taito in 1988, Chase HQ is a racing game where you play as two buddy cops who work for Chase HQ. Your job? To chase after wanted criminals and capture them before they escape. To aid you, you've been given a sports car that is indestructible and has two gears, high and low. Creative. It also comes equipped with 3 turbo boosts that last for 5 seconds and allow you to drive at max speed when used. I have to question Chase HQ's logic here though, as rather than also equipping this car with weapons, you are instructed to bump into them, pass them up, cut them off, and bring them to justice. Not the pit maneuver, like real police, but ram them so much it could cause a crash, damage property, and endanger civilian lives. Can you imagine if this is how they operated in real life? There are a total of 5 missions, each one growing in their bullshit factor. At the start of each level, your radio contact Nancy contacts you and tells you who you are chasing and what car they are driving. Nancy will be the person you hate most in this game, as she criticises you if you aren't performing well enough. That is, if you can hear what she's saying. What? What? Nancy, I can't hear you, over the fact I'm doing real work! The only time you can hear her clearly is when she tells you you lost the game. So Nancy informs us of our first target, Ralph, the Idaho slasher driving away in a white British sports car. When the level starts, you have 60 seconds to reach the criminal. Most of the HUD is self-explanatory though. You've got your timer, a speed counter, a score counter, a distance to the target tracker, and the number of boosts you have left. The blue bar on the right is your map and visually shows you how far away you are from the target. When you catch up to the target, your timer resets back to 60. The graphics aren't bad. The turning on the car is nice and smooth, the environments look convincing enough, though it may make your eyes go a little bit funny at times. The environment also changes multiple times in each level, keeping it visually appealing. The first level is easy and forgiving. You can catch up to the criminal in high gear if you take the correct route and roads are wide and virtually empty. The criminal isn't that far away, so you can crash 2 or 3 times and still reach him. When you do, it's time to put those reckless GTA driving skills to the test. A bar appears on the left side. This is the damage meter for the criminal's car. Sometimes the bar fills by 1 and sometimes by 2. I'm not sure if it's because I was hitting a weak spot, hitting him while boosting, or because he has less health than the other criminals I would chase. I can't say I noticed anything while I was playing, or even looking back at the footage. Once the car is damaged enough, the level ends with 2 policemen arresting the criminal and your score is added up. Then, the difficulty takes a gradual but continuously harsh turn for the rest of the game. Stage 2. The target is Carlos, the New York robber in a yellow sports car. The roads start to get more narrow and populated at this point, and I could just be being paranoid here, but I could swear the controls are becoming less effective. It's hard to explain the controls with just words, so it's better to show you. The way I'm seeing it, rather than the car moving along a built course like in a regular racing game, your car stays in the X-axis and every other car moves freely around you, as well as the level. Your car also follows the bends in the road. However, the curve your car follows is more lenient than the corner of the road, so you need to move along the X-axis to stay on the road. I'm convinced, however, that the turning becomes less effective as the game goes on. Sometimes it feels like you still go forward even while turning. You might see it in the video, and if you've played this yourself, you may have noticed it as well. I don't know if it's just me being paranoid, but if anyone else has played this game and experienced it, please do let me know in the comments below. Stage 2 also introduces the pointless element of the helicopter, which is a worthless piece of coding that could have been used to put a gun on my car instead. All it does is fly over you, tell you something you can't hear, then fucks off. Maybe it's there to try and distract you and make you take the wrong turn, but it never worked if that's the case. Trying to reach the criminal in this stage without using boost will result in you running out of time, even if you don't crash. When time runs out, the game ends and you have 10 seconds to continue. When you continue, the criminal has a massive lead on you and you have to catch up again in 60 seconds. Your boosts also refill. If you happen to have caught up to the criminal when your time ran out, the criminal also recovers to full health, so you are near enough back to square one. In this level, the cheating that the computer uses starts to show itself more and more. One of the ways it cheats is rubber banding. For those of you who don't know, rubber banding is a common cheat in racing games the AI uses, where the AI cars will place themselves closer to the player by teleporting forward rather than driving forward, so that they can keep up with the player. In this game, however, the AI uses it to keep the criminal out of reach of the player car for a limited time to stop the player getting too many hits. I don't know what the factor is to trigger the response from the AI, but I tell you what, nothing in this game is more infuriating than having a short amount of time left to hit your highly damaged target, then you see it rubber band and escape. The rage is real. 2 attempts later though, I got it. You were more trouble than you were fucking worth. I hope when you get to prison you drop the fucking soap. Stage 3. A gang of Chicago pushers are escaping in a German sports car. At this point in the game, crashing once can cost you, and it's very easy to crash in this game. Because your car doesn't turn very well, you often slide into things despite your best efforts. You could try slowing down and changing your gears, but I tried that, and guess what? Ran out of time. While we are at the criminal, let's talk about another way the AI cheats. Whenever you hit the criminal with your car, you lose control for half a second while you recover from the crash. The criminal, however, is fine. Not only that, but the criminal is immune to crashing, which it uses to its advantage to fuck you over in any way it can. Because they can't crash, they can phase through other cars, so that the car they just phase through will hit you while you are chasing them. And when you crash into anything that isn't the criminal, the recovery time is longer, so it's easier for the criminals to get away. Not only that, but when you do hit something, you bounce off it, leaving you open to crash into something else before you can recover. The further you get in this game, the more often and harsher this bullshit gets. It's not impossible, but you have to hope that luck is on your side. Stage 4, the penultimate stage. The LA kidnapper is trying to escape in a blue two-seater. These descriptions of the car are so awful. Lucky for us though, the criminals always decide to drive the one car no other civilian is driving that day. Makes our job easier. In this level, using a boost to reach the criminal is a must, because if not, you're going to run out of time. Again. And you best have your A game on, because the narrow roads are constant now and the obstacles are gonna piss you off so much. But not as much as the jumps in this level. You only fly for a short amount of time, but that is enough to send you headfirst into an obstacle you can't avoid. Oh, and guess what? Fucking AI is not affected by it because they got tyres made out of fucking flex tape or some shit. This game can suck my dick while I kick it in the fucking nuts. Stage 5, thank fuck, it's the final stage. We are chasing the Eastern Bloc spy who is escaping in an unidentified vehicle. Oh, interesting. After 4 levels of the same thing, are we going to see something new? Do I have to look out for clues to identify him? I'd be able to tell you, if I could fucking catch up! Fuck the narrow roads, fuck the poor handling, fuck the shitty hit direction.
Your time's up.
And fuck you, Nancy! Finally, I caught up to the fucking twat, and the answer was no. Nothing special, we just know what car it is all of a sudden. No explanation, no reason, we just do. Silly me, thinking variety is important in a game. Okay, I got 19 seconds and he's close to death. I can do this, let's go, fucker mother! Okay, doing good, doing good. He's in the red, 7 seconds, I can do this. Fuck you, you inbred piece of cheating pig shit! The dick stain managed to phase through a car while rubber banding. What a shithead! Because of all the fucking bullshit ways this game cheats, it took me 20 minutes. 20 goddamn fucking piece of shit minutes of crap steering, of shit hit detection, of phasing through cars, of rubber banding, of unrecoverable crashes, of that goddamn siren, of that piss weak amount of damage, of being robbed of victory at the last second, of my jive talking partner, and a fucking Nancy telling me to drive better. Eventually, I got it. I smashed this motherfucker harder than the Hulk, and with 1 second to spare. But it's over. This fucking pig fucker of a game is over. This ending better be good.
This is Case Special Investigation Chief, Amos. I want to congratulate you on a great job. I hereby record your heroism and remember it for a long time to come. For completing 5 missions without a flaw, bless you, Perfect Chaser.
Did you introduce yourself to us by saying this is instead of I am?
This is Case Special Investigation Chief.
And is your name Chief Anus?
Chief Amos.
So in case you didn't hear it over the clapping, Chief Anus, the man with an unfortunate name and tiny arms, congratulates us on doing a good job and gives us the title of Perfect Chaser, all while holding what is either a pillow or a marshmallow. No, it wasn't worth it. So to summarise, Chase HQ looks good on the surface. It's fast, graphically pleasing and exciting on the first level, but after that, it's a big pile of cheating bullshit that wants to suck as much money as it can out of you. Fuck this game, and fuck you, Nancy! And that was Chase HQ. I thank you all for joining and watching this video, and invite you to join me next time where I'll be invading personal space of random strangers to save a girl I've never met.